How are you getting on?
Yeah, not too bad. I'm just getting some clothes ready. I'm due to go on holiday in about 13 days. So I'm just
Yes.
getting it all ready, hung up, and get the ironing done for what I need so as I can get packed and be gone.
Nice, nice. Where are you going again?
Ibiza, but
Yeah.
not the rarey part, the quiet bit up the
Right.
north.
Yeah.
So really pretty. We went last year and we really enjoyed it, and we wish we'd gone for longer. So this time we're going for 3 weeks.
Wow. Okay. Nice. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah. No,
crazy.
I tried
Yeah.
to plan it, but you know what I'm like. Well, because obviously I retired and I had a company car.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
sometimes if he's got a golf match, I have to change the class times because I can't get back to drop him off in time or whatever. So,
Mhm.
but it's very rare. I tend to stick to the same.
Yeah.
I think that's the beauty of it is my routine. It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I very rarely miss a class.
Yeah.
And the guys will say that to you because if I'm not there, they go, "Where's Mandy?" kind of thing because
Yeah.
like I'm
Yeah.
so regular. But I
Yeah.
think that for me, that's actually what's helped me because I've retired,
Yeah.
I've sort of lost focus, and that's given me that focus. And
Yeah.
this is my life now.
Yeah. Good.
Who would have believed that like
Good.
the gym is my life? But
Yeah.
actually, I plan my life round going to the gym. And I would
Yeah.
never have said it. Nobody would have said that I was a gym bunny. And my partner said, "I can't believe you stuck to it. Can't believe it." They're all really mad in here now because I'm the fitness freak. And they're all like, going, "Oh, God."
Yeah.
It's quite mad,
Oh my
really.
God, here she goes.
Yeah.
Good. Good. Excellent. Mandy, I've got 5 or 6 questions for
Yeah.
you. Um, we'll just dig straight in. So let's start at the beginning. So where were you when you started with us? What was your kind of weight, clothing size, fitness level? What did you struggle with inside and outside the gym? And how was this kind of showing up in your life? Like, what was it like?
Okay. So I'd recently retired, and I'd always had a full-time job, pretty much on the go all the while.
Hmm.
Um, I was in sort of the back end of menopause,
Hmm.
although I probably still am going through at the moment a little bit.
Yeah.
I'd gained lots of weight. Um, I'd always sat around a size 12, 14, and I was now stretching into size 18s, 20s, maybe 22s
Yeah.
because it was getting worse and worse. And I was I suppose I was a little bit in denial. And when I was looking, because I love clothes, so all I was doing was buying a bigger and bigger clothes.
Mhm.
But then when I retired, I realised that the association with that was like the fitness level. It's like literally, I was like struggling to bend over and fasten my own shoelaces
Okay.
because I'd like built up so much weight.
Red
And
flag.
then I started to think this is not going to be good. My partner was playing golf, and I sort of set myself a challenge. He said, "Oh, why don't you learn?" And I thought, I couldn't even walk around the block without feeling twinges and pains and having to stop and rest and being out of breath. And I actually saw the advert for the boot camp on Facebook,
Yeah.
and I didn't do anything with it. I saved it. You know, the way you do, you save some of the things. You know, that's interesting. I'll just save that.
Yeah.
Didn't do anything with it. Further on into sort of a couple of months down the line, I was starting to get really down because I'd got no focus. I'd retired. I couldn't go in the garden. The weather was starting to be a bit grotty, so I've got nothing to do. I was unfit. So I said to my partner, I said, "I think I'm going to do a boot camp." I had the chat with Gemma, and she explained all about it and explained, you know, I was really down, didn't like myself. I suppose the only way I can describe it really is I'd lost my self confidence because I got no job, so I'd lost a lot of like friends constantly to speak to,
Yeah.
and I'd fallen out of love with my own body. I was sort of ashamed of it in a
Hmm.
and a lot of it's not necessarily my cause. Yet I'm probably not the best at, you know, not eating and drinking as much, but I was just continuing on that path and not doing anything about it. So
Yeah.
it was like that sparked me. And I said to my partner, he said, "I'll tell you what." He said, "If you're really into it, I'll pay for that for you." Thumbs up, that's a good one.
Oh, wow, that's a win.
So he did, Julie. So I thought, Christ, I better, you know, stick at this like for this like 6 week period.
Uh-huh.
I was, and to be fair, I was scared. I was scared to come in, and I was scared to sort of show my body off or lack of it, and my fitness level. It's like I'm like embarrassed, thinking, God, how am I going to go into a gym with all that? And you're thinking, body beautifuls, everybody's going to be toned and bronzed and everything. And obviously it's not like that. There's lots of different ability levels there, and I've worked my way through. I have worked hard, don't get me wrong, and I have tried to sort of look at my food intake. Although I will say I'm still a bit of a party animal and eating out, but I've managed. I think I've lost 10, coming up 11 kilos
Wow,
in
that's
probably, I'd say now about 15 months. But I think I
nice.
lost a majority of it within the first 6 months.
Nice.
And I've maintained that with exercise and moderation, I would say. I wouldn't say I'm on a constant diet. I'm not sort of taking protein shakes, that kind of thing. I'm just living my life
Yeah.
pretty much as I was, but going to the gym, and that exercise has proved that you can actually sort of turn it round, really.
Yeah.
But and from that, I think that's where my confidence levels come back as well. So it's not only like, yes, I'm fitter. I don't always weigh myself, if I'm honest. I think I go by clothes, and I'm getting into clothes now that I've had 10 years or more,
Yeah.
um, which there was just no way I would have done it. I would have been like now, sort of tent sizing, I would imagine, if I'd have carried on.
Nice.
So
Nice.
for me, it's given me my confidence back, energy levels. It's mad. I mean, I used to come back and sit and watch TV, whereas now I come back, have my breakfast, after I've been to the gym, cut the lawn, cut next door neighbour's lawn, cut the other neighbour's lawn, wash the car, do loads of washing, and still have energy left, which for me is the best thing.
You think
And
like,
from that now, this golf story that I
yeah,
said about, I'm having golf lessons as well now.
get in,
So
well done. Nice.
because I wouldn't have been able to walk around that course
So you
had
fit
it
for
not
retirement,
been for
fit
the,
for
the
golf.
gym. So for me, it's been life changing.
Yeah. Oh, fantastic. You've nailed it and you've worked really hard at it as well. You've been absolutely fantastic. It's interesting you say about like the initial results where people go from kind of start point A and then say within 6 months they lose 6 to 8, 10 kilos. They get to point B and they think, right, I've done it, and then kind of either stop or ease off, and then they slide back to point A again and sometimes stop. Really, the focus point is point C. It's past that first bit of results. It's then learning to keep them, and you've nailed that. You're keeping your results, you're doing more, and you're doing what you set out to do, was start having golf lessons and get around the golf course and be essentially fit for retirement, which is just amazing.
I think actually focusing on some of the apps, sort of, what is it? What's the app called where you can put all the food in? What do you call? What's it called? I forgot what it's called.
There's macros first.
Macro first. That's it. By using that, it's sort of re-educating my brain, and I think it's really confusing when if you were to look at it yourself. It's really confusing because if you look at packaging, you go, "Oh, I'll have that. That's good for you," but actually, it's not. And like there might be like loads of protein in it, but there's also a damn load of sugar in there as well. So it's about sort of educating yourself. And I don't use it religiously. When I feel like I'm going a little bit off track, I flick back in, and it
Yeah,
just focuses my mind and to say, hang on a minute here, you've just consumed
yeah.
2,500 calories for the day. What are you doing? You
It's
know,
recalibration. The sizes
yeah.
go whoop as soon as you're not tracking, and you
And
just
that was how I realised that actually, because obviously when I signed up, I did the 6 weeks, then I signed up to 3 days a week.
Mhm.
And I got to a point, I suppose it was that like that flatlining level. And I thought, right, there's two ways I can go about this. I can either, for me, never go out and see any of my friends again and eat and socialise and go for
Yeah.
my drinks on a weekend,
Mhm.
or I can do more exercise because it's about getting that balance right. So that's when I topped up. So then I started to do my 4 days a week.
Yeah.
And that's really, I think I did look at the stats because I'd recorded, and I think I'd kept the same weight from November 2024
Yeah.
up to July 25. I think I'd gained 1 kilo, but in that period I'd been on 3 all-inclusive holidays. So I'm
That's
like,
good going.
win-win.
Yeah, that's
And
really good
let's
going.
face it, if I focused really well on the diet, I could lose that kilo
Yeah.
in a week,
Oh, yeah,
easy.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it just shows to me that I'm at that sort of balance and pitch point that I can sort of, maintain without ruining my social life
Yeah.
and just having an even keel.
So you're in control, and you know that if you go out on holiday and you let your hair down a little bit, you're going to put on a kilo. And when you get back, you're probably going to lose it in about what, a week, maybe
Yeah,
2, if that.
yeah,
And you can be confident with that, like just that being an option for you. That's brilliant. Brilliant.
it is really good. I'm really pleased, to be fair.
So before you joined us, what had you done before? Had you trained before or done anything
Um,
else?
Not trained per se. I used to do yoga, but
Mhm.
many, many years ago. I'd done the occasional Zumba class. And I would never have said, well, I'm not a gym bunny. To me, would not have been my ideal thing. I'm not good at running. So, I was like worried about what it was going to be like. And what I quite like about your gym is the fact that it's not a lot of machinery,
Mm,
it's a lot of handheld personal stuff
yeah,
that you don't feel intimidated by. When I looked at some of like the other gyms, you go in there, you go, oh my god, it's like it's technophobe's paradise. Really, you need a
yeah,
degree in science to work some of the machinery,
yeah,
and are you doing that right? To
yeah,
me, you potentially could do probably damage to yourself, I would have thought.
yeah.
So I love the fact that it's a lot of and I think that helps a lot more with the community within our gym as well.
Working together,
Yeah,
it makes it so much easier to like
yeah,
not you do the reps that we want to do, but not feel like it's pulling teeth.
yeah, and also it can be tailored then to suit
Yeah,
you,
yeah,
because if that's the best thing about the classes is the difference in ability.
yeah,
Community, because I think when you go to the automated gyms, it's so easy for somebody to sit on there, they've got their earphones in, they're not really aware of anybody else.
yeah,
So you're not getting that community spirit where I think we tend to, it's a bit of a laugh. We have a laugh, we can focus, but it's fun. And
yeah,
the fun element makes you want to come back.
yeah.
And that's the encouragement, because it could be quite common. You'll hear somebody in the gym going, come on, man. That's,
Yes. Like,
that's really.
yeah, it is priceless. That is. That's brilliant. Brilliant. So you kind of done bits and pieces before, but nothing kind of that where you got feedback to push you a bit further.
No, I mean, to be honest, I think I did many, many years ago. I did join like a gym that was a bit more automated like that. And they showed me a program
Mhm.
of what I needed to do. And then you had to just go in and do that program yourself.
Yeah.
But I think I did end up like, well, I'm a bit chatty, but I was chatting more to the people than doing the stuff, because really I was like, oh, okay, you know what I'm here for. But it was very short-lived, basically, because I got pregnant and I'd had lots of issues around pregnancy. So I decided it's not the best thing to do
Yeah.
when I was trying to not miscarry, basically. So I've
Yeah.
left pretty quickly. But yeah, so it's completely different to what I've ever sort of experienced before with training.
Good. Good. Nice. Good. So fast forward to today. I know we've gone over it at the beginning of this. Like, what results have you achieved so far, and how are you feeling now? Like, what's day-to-day life looking like in terms of how you feel with your fitness? I know we've touched on it at the beginning.
Yeah. Well, like I say, I think I don't know. I haven't even weighed myself. I need to weigh myself, because I think I've lost a little bit more over the last month or so, because I've been conscious that I was going on holiday, so I've been really trying. So I think I might have lost another kilo or so, but I'd say about 11, 12 kilos I've lost in total.
Yeah.
My fitness level is really, really good. I mean, I can basically do what I want now. Couldn't run a marathon, but like, I could walk a good. I think I've walked about 7, 8 miles, 10 miles, something like that. So that's good,
Nice. Nice.
without any pain.
Yep.
What I do now is I plan my, it sounds bizarre, but I plan my life around my gym visits. I get up first thing in the morning and I come. and I set myself up for the day. I don't eat before I come, but I'm looking at that actually. I'm really into it now, so I think I might have to start having a little bit of something before I come, being a woman. Uh,
Helps.
so I'm learning every day. I'm sort of obsessed now. I think I'm watching more things about health, fitness, well-being
Mhm,
than I've ever done
mhm.
because I'm focused on me. Because I realise that if I don't, I might not even be here.
Yeah. That's literally the
Interestingly enough,
alternative, isn't it?
I have got an autoimmune disease that I get tracked for only on an annual basis because they don't know what format it's going to come in. So I have a few issues, like I have a bit of Raynaud's and things like that, but nothing major that I can't cope with. I don't take medication for it. And I had to go and see the consultant actually last week. And I had a letter back yesterday actually, because they tell you all the sort of findings and whatever and the results of all the tests and everything you've had. And at the end of the letter, the consultant had written, "It was a pleasure to see Mrs. Gill today. She is she's focusing on a fitness plan. And from the results shown, we are absolutely delighted with her progress. Long may it continue."
Yes, that's a win. That's a
The
massive win.
NHS consultant at the end of the letter, I thought, well, that's absolutely amazing. And she said to me,
Yeah.
because I said to her, well, I've lost 11 kilo. And she said, if all the people in my class would do that, because the autoimmune disease can cause a lot of osteoporosis and things like that. So the weight issue is a big thing because obviously the bones and things.
Yeah.
So the bone density improved. When I told her that I was lifting 70 kilos, she'd actually put it in the notes.
Yeah.
Reported to be lifted 70 kilo. I was like, yes.
Yes. Yes. I
So
thought you
yeah,
were
so
going to say she told you
I'll
to be
focus
careful.
around that. And I just generally now I'm trying to look after myself. So like eat really well, and because my fitness, my eating, I don't know, it's my metabolism. I'm hungry, but I always have my breakfast. I always have my lunch, and then I always have a dinner.
Yeah.
It's not always 100% perfect, but I try and get as much protein as I can.
Yeah.
I have cut my drinking down, though I will say I haven't. I don't all the time. I do drink, and I can't stop it because it's my social life. So
Yeah.
you've got to have something. You can't live your
Yeah. Of
life. Do you know what I mean?
course. Yeah.
So I'm just a little bit more focused now than I ever was. Um, I'm not a big supplement taker, but the only thing I have took up is collagen.
Yeah.
Um, just to aid with a little bit of a arthritic knee, and also it's good for the skin because I'm thinking, well, if you're losing weight, my skin is shrivelly, so to have a bit of extra collagen in there just helps that form and
Yeah.
that.
It certainly does. It definitely does. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
for me, my next mission now, I think, is because I am getting a bit like very precious of the old muscles. It's a bit more like the toning. So
Yeah.
I'm a bit obsessed about my muscles. So if anybody says anything, I'll just, oh look.
We get that. Got to get that protein in. Got to get those
Yeah,
muscles
I've got to
working.
get it. I've got to get that balance right. Because interestingly, like I say, I'm becoming a little bit of a geek on it now. They were saying that because of women's bodies, that as soon as you wake up, when if you do exercise straight away, it's going, where's the food? I'm going to go into the muscle density to try and get the energy.
Yeah.
So I might start to just take something a little bit before I come,
Mhm.
so as I'm not eating into the muscle.
Yeah, your muscle mass. Yeah, yeah, of course. You got to get those glycogen stores in the muscle, the energy stores in the muscle tapped up. Yeah.
I didn't. I have the only thing I do is because it's been really hot of late, hasn't it? And I just have like the salts in the water after,
Yeah.
just to replenish that because I think God,
Sure.
I never used to sweat. Is this a thing in your life that like I was just not a sweaty person, even if I did exercise, I
Yeah.
never really used to raise a sweat. Now I'm coming out that gym and I'm like I often say to you if I see you on there, I just look like I've just been dragged out of an edge backwards and I'm soaking wet. But I'm like, if I ain't soaking wet, I'm thinking I ain't done much today, kind of thing. But it's
So
interesting, even the weights now, like even if it's not sort of cardio, even the lifting, I'm like, I'm sweating because you don't realise it. You are working hard, and it's like,
yeah,
my God. And Matt said to me the other day, I said, God, I'm starving all the while. He goes, well, that just means your metabolism's working.
Yeah, you've got your metabolism is working and it's upgraded because you've got more muscle mass to feed, which means that you're going to get more tone, you're going to burn more body fat at rest, and you're eating, which is really important to fuel what you're doing. Really important. A lot of people think food is the devil and they just need to train more, and it couldn't be further from the truth. It's like,
Sleep as well. That's the other thing. I'm
yeah,
addicted to getting the sleep right, because I went through a period where I was like, when you sort of you because you attain a certain level and weightlifting and whatever,
yeah,
and then I was going back and I was like, I can't do it. What's wrong? I just don't feel right. I'm not sort of buzzing kind of thing. And I
yeah,
don't know whether I might have had some kind of virus or whatever. But they said to me, "You're not resting enough." So I'm like,
yeah.
okay. So I started watching the sleep a little bit more, and now, like, I'm obsessed with that now. Like, I've been going to bed like 8:30, 9 o'clock, just so as I can get some sleeping, because I'm thinking, Jesus, I need to repair my muscle.
You got a tracker. You got a tracker on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Cool.
I've been getting like 9 and 10 hours,
Yeah.
and which is
Yeah.
not perfect because it's half and half maybe. Like, but even 5 is better, because if you're only getting 7 and it's going to be 4 and 3, 5 is better than and 3, isn't it? So it's just all added on really.
And the difference between training on like 4 or 5 hours sleep versus 9 to 10 hours sleep is night and day. You pick up a weight and it's like, oh, this is so heavy.
Yeah,
Whereas if you've had enough sleep, it's fine. It's more that you're okay. You kind of own it. You feel in control.
yeah,
So
it is mad.
yeah, it's crazy how it all affects it. Where do you see yourself going from here then? What's your next milestone that you're chasing?
Tony, obviously, I don't want to lose the fitness, but I think I really want to tone a bit more now.
Yeah,
I suppose it's a bit of a, I'm suppose I'm in the like showy off period is what I would call it. It's
yeah,
like, what, I've done the hard work, I've
yeah.
managed to maintain, but now
Yeah.
I want to show it off a bit. But
Yes.
if you look at the journey, initially, I'd sort of fallen out of love with myself,
Hmm.
and I fell back in love with myself a little bit. And that's where it's not just about your weight, because yeah, you could be confident and be a little bit bigger. It's about self-confidence as well,
Yeah,
because it's what you've achieved and what you've done.
yeah,
And I think in today's society it's really hard, because we've pushed stuff to eat and drink, and you know what I mean, and life is a little bit like that, rushed.
yeah.
So to have done it, I'm proud of it. So I'm just now going to start sort of showing it off a little bit.
Get in. Good. So you should. So you should. That's amazing. So one final question. One last thing. So for someone that's kind of watching from the sidelines, seeing the results that you've achieved, and they're on the fence thinking they've got it saved in their bookmarks like you had, what would you say to them?
Just try it. I would be the most skeptical person, and all my family would have said, "Oh, she'll never stick to that." But you know what? It is. You can do it. Anybody can do it, and not to be afraid. It's a nice community there, and you can get some really good wins out of it.
Yeah, brilliant. Brilliant. That's ace. Excellent, Mandy. Thank you for answering my questions, and thank you for working so hard in the gym and bringing the energy that you do in the classes. It's really, really fantastic to see you. You're one of those people that connects people as well in the classes, and it's so good. It makes coaching and helping the coaches do what they do. It lightens up the room. So thank you for doing what you do in the classes as
Thanks,
well.
Tom.
That's all right. Like I said, I'm gonna edit all this and stuff. I've got some software that's gonna break it into. It's probably gonna do. I mean, there's gold in here, so like 30 clips or so. I'm also gonna put a long form copy as well, so someone can kind of watch the whole interview as well. I'll put that on Facebook, Instagram, the website. I might send it out via email as well. It's going to go on YouTube as well. So just to help people with that decision, because we want more people like yourself that are in that position where they're like, is this it? I'm retired now? So like, because there's lots and lots of others that aren't the same, but have done loads of things that are similar and everything in between as well. So thank you. That was brilliant.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
All
Uh,
right then.
all right, cool. I don't come in the morning, so I won't see you in the mornings. But I won't put this in the video. I was speaking to Zach. I want to do a few more meetups. So I was thinking of doing. Obviously, we're going to start planning Christmas very soon because I'd like to do something a bit formal with that. I don't know what your thoughts are on that. So like go to like a Christmas dinner thing.
Yeah,
Uh,
like a meal, like something really social. What I would
we can get
say
dressed up
was,
as
I
well.
think if we start to do some kind of collection now, so like if you actually get people's commitment now, I was thinking about it the other day, I thought
Yeah,
if we start doing a collection, I don't mind collecting, or, you know, if somebody wants to say we pay like a fiver, or so is it, you know, I know for a lot of people it's a big expense for that kind of
yeah,
thing. But if
yeah,
we want to start sort of adding it up and just keeping it, I don't mind banking that and doing that kind of, because I think on a social thing like that, it just helps if there's a bit more commitment there for people not pulling out and stuff if they've already paid up front as well.
yeah, exactly. So um, not the NEC one because it's massive and it's just
There's
I want.
one, I'll tell you where there's one. Who told me about it? I think it was Sandy. You know, at the Holiday Inn on Junction,
Yeah.
there's one there. It's like a party, but
Yeah.
you don't have the whole thing, but you buy tables per se.
Oh, okay.
It's got everything, which I thought because it's like sort of Warsaw come Birmingham, it might cover a lot of people's scope to
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
to.
I'm
So
in.
I'll have a look at it. I'll have a look online and I'll send it over to you and see. But she definitely said
Yeah.
that there was, and I think I did see a poster outside on the fence the other day. So something like that might be good because at
Yeah.
least it takes, you know, it's not just a group thing, and there's lots of
Yeah.
different options that people can have, isn't there?
Yeah. Let's do that. And then the other thing, sorry, before we go, kind of like a more informal thing. Just do like either it doesn't have to be Macmillan, but do like a Macmillan coffee morning type thing where everyone bakes cakes, brings it in, and we'll do say a charity workout. Could be bring a friend, suggested donations for the charity for members and non-members. And then if we get numbers for that, then we can all stand and have a chat afterwards and just kind of catch up over a coffee and stuff.
Yeah, that's fine.
We've done stuff like that before, and that's gone. It's you know it's a good chance to get people in and just catch up with people really.
I tell you what, another thing I did think the other day as well. Some of the instructors to do something for somebody that's quite local,
Hmm.
like within our area, like as a charity thing, but focus really on it and get some real good exposure locally, because you can get some real good like exposure then on local radio, local media, because that'd be ideal to do something like that. But for funding something local is, you know, they tend to like that a little bit
Yeah,
as well, don't they? See,
yeah,
my marketing head's coming out now. Sorry.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I'm up for that for definite. Yeah, yeah.
Because I think, you know, it then focuses people that are in that area, and they go, oh, yeah, they're looking after the community, and it sort of brings a bit more.
Yeah, I've done the toy drive before. I used to do that every Christmas. Cash for Kids. We did I think is it Thomas's food drive. It's up on Lazy Hill. I think it might have been St Thomas's. I think it was anyway. And they've got another one down in Brown Hills somewhere as well. So we did something like that. But you know, where would I find out about like local kind of smaller charities like that? How
I
would I
don't know,
start?
charities trust. The charities trust is because they're registered charities. There's got to be some registered charity that you could look into to be for looking local.
Yeah.
So I think something like that.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have a look. I'll have a look at that. Okay, so those kind of two things to do. Brilliant. All right.
All right then.
Awesome,
Let
Mandy.
me go and
Thank you.
pack now because I've got to, you know, it's very stressful.
Yeah, go and get it done. Cool. Take it easy. Have a good
See
day.
you.
See you
Bye.
later.